You're an imbecile, Father.
Careful what you say, my boy.
Put the gun down, Charles.
Mother, shut your mouth. It's time for dinner, Mother.
Oh, Mr. Morris, I think I'm going to propose to Lady Miriam.
Is that right, Danny?
I got her pink flowers and everything.
Oh, fancy.
That inspector is investigating us.
Because you've shot your son in the face.
Well, what are we going to do now, Mother?
Say he's gone away to America.
Yes. Yes, that might work.
For now.
What's wrong, Mama? Oh, Miriam, your father has been lying to me. What would you like to do about it? I think we should go to America. America?
Inspector, I would like you to leave this estate at once.
We do not respond to threats.
I pose no threat to you, but the threat is coming.
This week on Bearded Manor, Lady Miriam is returning from America with a souvenir. What is it?
Snow globe. Child.
Turtle.
A keychain. Thank you, and welcome to the season finale of Bearded Manor.
All right, sit down. I'm gonna give you a haircut for your big day.
I can't wait for it to come back.
Don't just remember to keep breathing, and you'll be all right.
All right. I'm breathing just fine.
I can tell that. You don't need to tell me. I've got two eyes.
Would you mind just concentrating on my hair?
You know, this is my first time cutting hair.
What are you talking about?
Mama, you've been ever so quiet the entire ride home.
I've been thinking about how much I've changed inside.
No matter how much you've changed, you're still my mother, and I love you.
Oh dear. You'll always be my favorite. Don't tell me. You know.
Evelyn.
Yes.
Welcome home.
It's just as we left it.
Is there anything I can get for you?
Yes. Could you get us the keys to the manor?
Yes, my lady.
And what would you need that for?
Oh, come on, Ma.
It's welcome home. Didn't think you'd be arriving this early.
We've arrived just on time as far as we're concerned.
The sea was quite kind to us.
Oh,
No
was it?
storms.
How lovely.
How are you doing?
The hell sort of a question is that?
It's one.
I'm very sorry. It's not been easy here.
Would you like to fill us in on what you mean by not easy?
The investigator. He's on to everything.
How did he get on to everything?
Matthew, I mean.
Has he been back here?
Matthew?
No, the investigator.
Yes.
Did he just come over, or?
Well, we invited him. It's a long story.
Perhaps one we should have over tea, Grandmama.
It's very well.
We've learned from the American women it's more than fine to ask questions.
The keys, my lady.
Oh, thank you.
Well, welcome home. I'll see you inside.
Yes, we've got the keys now.
Very strange thing. I don't very well.
You caught me leaning.
Yes, I did, Mr. Morris.
Sorry, I'll get.
Isn't it about time that you should be upstairs in Lord Talmadge's chamber?
I was just about to go,
And then you caught yourself leaning.
I was daydreaming.
What were you daydreaming about?
It's none of your business, Mr. Reese.
Everything you do is my business.
Not my imagination.
I'd say especially your imagination.
What kind of backward employment is this?
It's a forward one. That's what kind it is. We like to know everything about you.
Do you
Now that you've...
Excuse me, Mr. Housley. Oh, Bartholomew, why are you filling up my kitchen with all these accusations? Mr. Morris is trying to do his job just like the rest of us.
No, he's not. He's leaning on things.
Oh,
Well, let's give him a pass so he can get upstairs.
I'm giving him so many passes. What's one more?
all right. Thank you.
Every time I bend over into that stove, I catch you
I'm
looking this
sorry,
way.
I'm
Sad, like it.
I'm ready to bring up stuff.
Daniel, you've become such a good man. So good at bringing up all this stuff we made.
Thank you.
And see, here you're so worried about yourself and you didn't think you could do it. And you do it every day now.
Thanks.
It's like when you take dough in art, that's...
Can't have one of your metaphors now.
Well, I'll be whipping up a few more later for you.
I can't wait for Miriam to come home.
Oh, child, don't worry your head about.
What? What are you looking funny like that for?
Oh, nothing. No, you just take care of the lords and ladies as they like to be taken care of. And nothing beyond that.
Lady Talmadge and Lady Miriam are home.
What? They're fucking home?
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. It's just...
There they are now.
I was supposed to... My plan's ruined.
Danny,
Morris.
Lady Miriam's home.
Yeah, I know it.
Danny, sometimes when you go to make a recipe,
Oh, God almighty.
you get to a point and realize you missed a key ingredient.
The bell's ringing.
Right. And sometimes you can't save the souffle, but it might taste just as good because you made it different.
All right. We have no time for those pink roses, all right?
I know, but I got to respond to her metaphor.
You don't.
But then it's not a souffle.
Hello?
How were your travels?
Why do you look away when you ask that?
How were your travels?
They were lovely. The air was fresh and young. The sea was good. I met very interesting people in America.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting how?
Very different ways of thinking about things. Would you like to know how?
Not particularly, but I feel like you're going to tell me anyway.
In America, men and women just choose to be with each other.
You saying you did not choose to be with me?
No, you know that I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, there was some, you saw me, and
Yes, I saw you after I was told that I would be married to you.
and you still married me.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm trying to say.
Well, they're just not as civilized as us.
I think perhaps they're more civilized. Or that our idea of civilization is horrible. Do you have nothing to say?
Don't feel like I know the person I'm talking to right now.
Perhaps we should get to know one another, since we're married.
I already felt like I knew you.
But perhaps that was just an idea of me that you had created in your own mind.
You were a person with your own ideas as well.
But did you ever listen to them?
Phone. Bearded Manor?
Yes, this is Inspector Chauncey.
Ah, yes, Inspector.
Yes.
What can I do for you?
Yes, I was wondering if I could come about the manor.
Of course. May I ask why?
Well, as you know, I'm investigating the missing person case of your son.
Yes, I'm quite aware of that. Did you have fun? I thought we finished that business up.
Yes, to an extent. But then on my way out of the last time we were there, I stumbled across a stable boy that I had a few questions for, and he enlightened me quite so.
Charles, hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. I have to go to the bathroom.
I must speak to you in private.
But anything you can say to him in private, you can say to me as well.
Helen, this does not concern you.
Does it concern my son? Both of my sons?
Helen, I'm sorry, but I must ask you to leave.
This is my room.
Then we shall leave, Helen. You haven't been here. And frankly, right now, I don't feel like you're in the right state of mind.
Yes, we'll continue this later.
This may be the last time. Never mind. Well, they've exhumed the horse, the body.
Wait, the horse body or the horse and the
Horse
body?
and the body beneath it, Harold's body. They've exhumed his body from the hole you buried him in.
Well, who told them they could do that?
They didn't.
I told him.
Damn! Who gave you the right?
No one told me I shouldn't.
Presenting the stable,
He's already here, Nathaniel.
tea then.
No tea today.
Charles.
Charles,
Yes.
what are you going to do?
I'm interested in that as well.
What are you playing at?
What do you want? Tell me.
I don't want anything. I've just really enjoyed being the stable boy.
Then why? Why did you tell them they could do that?
Well, they asked about it. And I said, yes, there is a horse buried there, but there's something underneath the horse. It's my business, the horses, you see, and so I had to find out what was underneath the horse myself. Otherwise, how can I do my job?
That doesn't make sense! Your job is with the live horses.
No one ever said that.
Boy, what's your name?
Roger.
Roger, would you please give us a moment?
Damn it!
Would you like me to go far away?
I would like you to leave.
What is your title?
Stable boy.
Is that hole in the stable?
No.
Thank you! Good day!
He's very upset.
What is he trying to say? All right, I'll go away.
Charles, there's only one way out of this.
I can't kill any more.
Dear God! We framed the stable boy.
Ah, yes! Quite right, yes. That was my plan, rather, yes.
You are teetering on the edge, my boy. One false move will send you falling over the edge. If we play this right, we can pin it on him. But if one small thing goes wrong, it won't. You'll be joining your father in prison. Tread carefully. Cat's almost out of the bag.
Well, I'm going to stuff him back in. Tie it up. Throw it in a hole. Damn, that didn't work last time.
Oh, Jesus. Mama, your feet are like the wind itself. I should have seen you in the mirror.
How have you been feeling since you got back?
The same, and yet different. I just thought there would be an answer for me somewhere in America. Like those silly pilgrims.
Perhaps America was the question that you needed to ask, and the answer is here.
Oh, Mother, you've always been so wise. And yet you and...
And yet what?
I wonder when you'd share your wisdom with yourself.
You're right, of course. I think there's going to be a lot of changes around here.
Pardon me, I have a handwritten invitation from one of the residents downstairs for you, my lady.
Residents downstairs.
I didn't read it.
So we have residents living here in the manor.
I believe one of the other servants of the house, if you will.
Thank you, Nathaniel.
You're very welcome. Tea? No one wants...
Well, I'm sorry, Nathaniel.
No, it's fine. No one wants tea today. Just go read or something. I can't read.
Mama. Everything seems to be falling apart. This must be from Daniel.
What does it say?
I know it's from him. There's no markings, and the wax that's on here is clearly just from a regular candle.
That makes sense. You should open it.
It's
misspelled. It says come downstairs.
Lamar, if I give into my heart, then I betray my brain. I betray my family.
But does anyone need to know?
Father, he would never have allowed it in the first place. And now that I have this contract with the estate of Baron Richard, it's a legal matter now, Mother.
Your father may not be with us much longer. I'm saying he's been implicated in a crime.
That does not make it better sounding.
I'm only...
The inspector is here.
Nathaniel, have you been crying?
No, I've not been crying.
Suddenly everything's in a whirlwind.
Perhaps it's a sign.
I better go downstairs.
I think you should.
Inspector? Reviewing some notes. All right. Hello. Well, thank you for welcoming.
Introducing.
Thank you for welcoming me. Hello.
Yes, what brings you here?
State your business.
All right. That bluntly, I thought we would warm up to it, but...
All right. The weather is fine.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Let's get down to
Would you
practice.
care for some tea?
That's enough small talk for now.
All right. In the southern yard, there was a mound when we exhumed it at the behest of one of your workers.
Ah, yes, did you find our horse?
Yes, I found your horse. What a majestic beast must have been with the skeletal structure of a granite god.
Yes, Rose was quite a horse.
Yes,
One of
yes.
our finest thoroughbreds.
Yes, I have no disagreement with that. However, I do lawfully have a disagreement with another thing that we have found.
Did I lose a shovel?
I do love your attitude. In certain defeat, you still remain jovial.
Defeat.
Oh, yes, whether it be... I found your son. I found Harold. He's not in America.
What do you mean?
I found Harold underneath the horse with a bullet in his head. Now, I don't know how the bullet got there, but I'm willing to guess and hypothesize that someone in the house pulled the trigger.
May I ask who?
Well, it's either could be someone who has murder in his blood. Your father murdered once or twice before, isn't that correct?
Yes, but that is my father, and he is in prison.
What evidence do you have?
Oh,
Are you saying my father?
Charles, be careful what you say.
evidence, you say?
Yes, I'm afraid if you don't have evidence, we must ask you to leave.
I do. You got. Oh. You enjoy boating, right? You enjoy sailing?
From time to time.
And according to my report, you and your son Harold enjoyed that when he was a boy.
Yes?
This compass has your initials on the back. This is yours.
Yes, it's been missing.
Ah, well, it could be on a dead body somewhere.
I believe it's in your hand.
Yes, it is. And in my other hand, shackles.
For what?
Well, I have incriminating evidence. That you-
Evidence that just happens to have my initials on it when I just said that that has been missing. Does
Well,
that prove that I did anything?
I'm no.
An item that happens to have my initials on it does not prove my guilt, sir.
I do not have to prove your guilt here. A court will do that.
You may take him.
Mother, I will speak to our lawyer and we will handle this diplomatically. Charles, stay strong, my boy.
Afternoon, Miss Tapsley.
What can I do for you? She's come downstairs.
Yes, I can see that, Mr. Reese. I'm sorry, is there something we can do for you that we have failed at today?
No, not at all, no.
Would you like some more biscuits?
Yes, Lady Miriam, and may we offer you anything at all?
Please, I'm interrupting you. Just go about your business as you would.
Well, my business is taking care of you.
Touche. I'm just here to... I'm really not quite sure why I'm down here, but it is lovely to see you both.
It's nice to see you too.
Where we were staying in New York, I spoke many a times with the people who attended to the lords and ladies of that house. Well, not lords and ladies quite, yes, but they were of high stature.
You had conversations.
Indeed, and I would like to have more conversations.
We're having one right now.
I'm quite enjoying it.
Me too.
How do you like the weather?
Oh, why? It's just fine. It's a little foggy on the way in, but as it is. it's quite good.
Introducing Danny O'Doylan. First of his name, Footman. Okay.
Hey, excuse me, Danny. What is the meaning of this?
I just, I got to have a word with Lady Miriam, please.
You've got to.
Yup.
I'm sorry, madam.
No, it's quite all
I'm
right.
sorry, Danny.
I hate to go against what I've previously said, but I ordered you both to leave. I mean, would you please excuse us a moment? And, by all means, and enjoy my room.
I thought they'd never leave.
Dressed rather nice.
Thanks. Please sit down. Let me get you the chair.
I've never seen you without your crutch.
It's a special day. Please.
Thank
you. Truth be told, I thought of a million things to say, but I can't quite remember any of them.
Words are wasted on ears that can't listen.
Are you saying you don't want to listen to me right now?
No, quite the opposite. I mean,
If you'll just...
Daniel.
Pardon me for a moment. What? No, go ahead.
You don't have to say a word.
Oh, but I want to.
And I'll let you. But
okay,
you should
then
know
just...
that
What? Oh, my hands are sweaty.
Daniel, I've spoken with you 100 times. Every morning, arriving for breakfast, and I'd see you at the corner of my eye, and I would say hello. And every day at dinner, you would sit at the table and I would arrive early. And I would say hello. And when you looked back at me, like you are now, I could hear you say, I love you.
Shite, that's better than what I was going to say.
And you should know by the way I look at you how I feel. Please tell me you do.
Oh, shite, it hurts, it hurts. I wanted to show you how strong I was. Because my heart is so strong for you. Will you marry me?
Hands off me.
Well, just calm down. We're in the station now.
Yes, I'm quite aware of my surroundings. I am Lord Charles Talmadge.
You're prisoner number 32 today. I'm sorry, 33.
In my day, young men had manners.
Good thing it was me. I'm not a young man, nor is it your day. It is my break, Chauncey. I'm out. To the dock.
I don't know what you feel you have, but I would warn you to be careful.
Is there a threat?
No,
Ah.
not threatening,
Ah.
but a threat is coming.
Ah, yes, of course. Yes, you are in prison. Your trial awaits. I don't know when, but it will come. However, much to my chagrin, your stature and your money has allowed for a certain privilege. Bring in his father. be cellmate until your trial.
I did not ask this.
No. I believe your
I'm sorry.
Where is Helen?
She should be. Lady Talmadge, I'll be on my way. Excuse me.
Hello, Petunia.
Helen?
Why have you asked me here?
We've not been friends for some time.
I agree.
I'm afraid we must become fast ones.
Why is that?
Your husband has killed your son. He's been taken away to jail.
Why did he kill him?
I can't answer that.
Who can?
God.
So where does that leave us?
We must make decisions. There are two ways we can go. We can fight it, lie our way through, as this house has always done. Or we let him go. And we build the estate once again, without his help.
Is there a chance of winning?
A slim chance. You must ask yourself if your heart is in it.
I do not need to think about that. It is not.
Then the three ladies of the house, we shall run this house, and we will make it better. With your daughter's dowry now in full effect, I think we can save it yet.
And what if something were to happen to that dowry?
Then we would suffer a great loss. We might lose the estate.
You've left me with a lot to think about.
Helen, what are you saying? Has something happened?
Yes. She's in love.
There is no place for love in a time like this.
Hey, Daddy! I heard the news! Where'd you? Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh! What are you gonna do now?
Truth be told, I don't know.
Oh, I mean, you're floating like one of them angels in one of them books or the Bible.
But I was. I was, but now I'm a bit nervous.
Why?
Because I'm getting married.
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll have your whole life full of happiness, boy.
Getting married.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are.
I half expected she wouldn't say yes.
Oh, if she said yes, there's no stopping her now.
I'm so happy. Morris,
Yeah?
I want to thank you for all you've done to help me.
Oh, I didn't do anything.
You did? You taught me to be a man.
Ah,
You taught me the way of the sea.
well, that was just a pond, but okay.
Got you a little something.
What is that?
You got to open it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You give me presents.
It's a conch shell. To remind you of home.
Don't look at me. Don't come closer. You are why I am here. This is your fault.
You're a disgrace.
I'm a disgrace. I'm not the one that's been in prison for 35 years.
Look at you. You can barely stand up on your own. You're a weakling. You're a weakling, you always have been.
Be careful what you say, Father.
That was it.
That was it.
I'm not afraid of you.
Well, you should be.
That was it. What are you in here for, anyway?
Murder.
For what reason did you murder someone?
For love. You're laughing at me. I loved him. Don't you laugh at me.
That's all the wrong reasons to murder.
There are no right reasons, and I will have my redemption.
Daniel, I think we need to be careful. You can't come following me into my room every night.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to ask if you wanted to go for a walk.
Yes, I do.
Around the estate.
You know why I shouldn't have said yes, right?
What?
You know why why we shouldn't marry. Yes?
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't, Daniel, it doesn't. I love you. I will always love you.
So why are you bringing it up?
Because, Daniel, we can't have it all. But we can have the parts we need. We can't have a ceremony, but we can have a ritual. We can't have a family, but we can have a home.
But then it's not a souffle.
I don't understand.
I got
it. Go.
Miriam. Yes, Mum. Grandmama.
Dry your eyes.
I was already.
We need to talk.
Bearded Man.